All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is, it's straight up energy reading. This is Mercury moving back into Sagittarius. Now, it does this, it sort of ends its little retrograde thing as it backtracks and gets back to where it was. I've got a very interesting pre shuffle here. It sort of backs up the key energies that are in play right now. There's a little bit of optimism, okay, a little bit, but it's an inquisitive optimism, I'm going to call it. It's about learning, about educating ourselves, fact finding, things along those lines. All right, it's very nice. It's very good communication, but it's about getting to the heart of the matter. Somebody attached to you here. What? It's very strange. So that's sort of what's going on. It's optimistic. It's about learning, acquiring knowledge, things along those lines. But there's just so much optimism in it. It's very positive. I've got a Knight of Wands just on the surface energy. I've got a Knight of Wands crossed by a King of Cups. I got somebody who, this almost, sometimes we talk about like a King of Cups reversed, being somebody who spills the beans too much. They're crazy. Before they even say hello, they stick their hand down your pants. I mean, that kind of a thing. You know, it's a little bit, this sort of makes this King of Cups a reversed King of Cups in a way, but in a good way. It's someone who's just spilling it all. Just talking, like they've had too much to drink at a party. And they're just spilling their emotions here. There's a lot of truth in it. It brings a lot of change with the Knight of Swords. I got all communication here. Building on a solid foundation, starting over, the Three of Pentacles. I think you find out that somebody actually, more people than you thought, maybe I could phrase it that way, because I'm talking to a lot of people here. So more people than you thought, but there's one in particular, but more people than you thought want to be on your team. Okay? I'll put it that way. We're making different choices in this energy. I've got the Seven of Cups, and we're kind of past the pre-shuffle here, but I've got the Seven of Cups, the World, and the Tower. This is the catalyst energy for some big things. It all starts with communication. It all starts with someone sharing an idea, sharing a thought, whatever, right? I don't know. Somebody here is flowing very freely. There's, when they share their emotions, they're curious how you feel as well. All right. There's a learning aspect to this, an acquiring wisdom, an acquiring knowledge. There's a wake-up kind of thing to it. All right? All right, let's see where we go. It's card before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? So let's find out. So why the fuck are we here? It's cards. The cut cards back up the pre-shuffle a little bit, but they take it a layer or two deeper. All right? Let's see where we go. Let's see where we're at. Come on now. What do we get? Okay. Why we're here. The Four of Swords, a lot of healing. These words do bring a lot of healing. It's a healing energy. It's nice. The heart chakra is wide open. It all flows a bit effortlessly. I'm going to say that again too. It just, you know, think of it this way. When you get something off your chest, sometimes you feel better, right? When you just say it. Now, these aren't all positive things. I mean, it's an optimistic, positive energy. There's a lot of positive energy within it, but sometimes you have to say things that are tough to say, right? I think for somebody attached to you, tough to say is I love you, right? Their feelings. But for you, you may be telling some people a thing or two. Like I said before, with Mercury and Sagittarius and other energies that are in play where Venus is and all that kind of stuff. We've talked about it in recent readings. So keep that. Oh, somebody won't flip out. Yeah. You might have to say, yeah, the universe is telling me I'm right. Ten of Wands. Just sort of popped out mid-cut. We take a look at it. Yeah. You might have to say some tough things, but you're okay with it. You're good, right? You're all right. You take your shot with that arrow, with that Sagittarius arrow. All right, let's see where we go. Temperance, yeah, truth. Healing through truth. This is healing through truth. Healing, Four of Swords, through truth. Right there. It's right there. It's everything I just said, backed up by this one card. All right? It's all about communication. Big time. It's a key word for tarot readings. I know. This reading should get 20 billion views. I say the word communication enough, right? Let's see where we go. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here and you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. I'm not a fucking Time Lord, but the energies are setting up here. You can see it playing out. Even my offline readings that I pull on societal energies are changing a bit. Things are starting to sway in the other direction now. You see it kind of playing out. It is what it is. A lot of surprises coming in 2026, so it's going to be very interesting. The energies are playing out. It's going to be very interesting. It applies to the soulmate cycle too. I can say the same thing. A lot of surprises coming. Some new soulmates popping in, new people showing up in the cycle. The cycle's going to get a fresh, some fresh energy rolling in, some fresh air. That can be good, it can be bad. It's like anything. Every energy is a double-edged sword. Both good and bad are there. That's why you can't just focus on the good or you'll get blinded by the bad. All right, I know. All right, here we go. Soulmate cycle with the influence of Mercury back in Sagittarius. Back where it started before we got all catawampus and went retrograde, went backwards into Scorpio, all this stuff. Look at that. Look at that. The overall energy is the Ace of Cups. New love, lots of love, love flowing. The love cup floweth over here. New beginnings, fun, the return of some optimism. It's my party girl, but she's optimistic. Right? She is. She's very excited to go to the party for obvious reasons. But, it's an optimistic card. It's fruitful communication. It's the Page of Wands. It's a happy little page. It really is. And there it is, right there. With the Ace of Cups, our overall energy. Let's pull a pyramid on this one. I think that's going to be the smart thing to do. Because I think this is playing out with you with a lot of different energies. I mean, I have one. I'll focus on the main energy, right? Whoever it is, I don't know. You know. You might. Take it as it resonates, like the kids like to say. But right here is the top. How people around you feel about you, right? And obviously, the top of the list would be the most powerful energy that's here. You could trickle it down from there, right? How people feel about you is here. How they see you, what they think about you is here in the middle. At the bottom of the pyramid, upside down pyramid, I guess. The bottom of the pyramid is the potential final outcome for you. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I'll clarify probably everything, whatever needs it, but it'll be mostly everything. And you bet your sweet asses we're going to extend this one. This is Mercury in Sagittarius. This is a good energy. I like Mercury in Sagittarius. I like it all the time. I liked it when Mercury was in Sagittarius the last time Jupiter was in Cancer. I remember it. I liked it. Okay. All right. Let's see where we go. Should be very interesting. Okay. How do people around you feel about you? Let's see. Four of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. And the Eight of Swords. Well, this tells a story, doesn't it? Just look at the fucking cards. Look at the center card, this Nine of Cups. You have one energy in particular that you're their everything. You're everything they could want in a friend, a love, whatever it is. I don't know. Again, I'm just reading the energy here. Nine of Cups, bliss, right? Emotional fulfillment. But this person knows they fucked up somewhere along. They fucking know it. They're having people around you, and this is what's coming up in my offline reads too, kind of a theme. The societal energy reads are sort of reading like people are having to admit things. Whatever it is, they're in their lives, in the world, whatever, they're having to admit. They're forced to admit something. They're forced to, you either change direction or you keep going this way. What do you want, right? This is the same sort of thing that's happening here with the people around you. The people you have one soulmate in particular, you are like their dream person. They fucked up royally, and they're facing the fact, and it's affecting them this way. They're facing the fact that they have to admit that they screwed up. They held back when they should have. They're afraid of these emotions. They're afraid of this, right? Why? Look, the DMs in this cycle are what they are. The DMs out in the world are what they are. People, as human nature, as I've told you 100 million times, people don't like to admit they were wrong. Most people in this world will keep going the wrong way, down the wrong fucking road. At their own peril, they'll fly right off the cliff just because, and they would have been fine had they turned around. They'll fly right off the cliff just because they will not change direction. They will not admit that in the past they were wrong. It goes to an energy of lacking acquired wisdom. We seem to be lacking acquired wisdom on the DM side. They're not learning from the past. They're just living the past, sticking with it, and moving forward without taking anything back from it. Somebody did that to you. Somebody here has a lot of feelings for you, and they're afraid of those feelings, and that's what they're sitting with here. They're sitting with it, and you can see them sitting with it right here. You can't help this. There's nothing you can do. Just let this shit play out. Let the magic of the energies that are around us right now, especially with Mercury and Sagittarius coming in, let the magic do its job. And it is magic. It really is. I like Mercury and Sagittarius, especially with the surrounding energies that are happening around it. I'm talking about the core energies that energy, that Mercury and Sagittarius is pulling on. How do other people see you? What is this part? This is how they feel. Okay? Let's take a look here. Yeah. See, look at you. Look at you. That's you. You're the Queen of Pentacles. You're sitting in the woods on a Tuesday with sticks in your hair. I say Tuesday because, most people would have to be at work, but not you. Right? Look at you. We're just sitting there. You got your robe on, watching Steve Love Tarot on your fucking pentacle. There you go. You're good. That's how other people see you. You're a soul nurturing. They feel you as this, and they see you as this. Somebody does here. There's one energy that definitely wants to talk here. Okay, there's one energy. I mean, I feel like I should call the ghost hunters or something, have them come down and see if we could get an EVP of this person that's here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they come out on audio. If you got sensitive headphones, give it a listen. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me one bit. I tell you, probably not, but it's not a ghost I'm pulling on, but maybe for some of you, somebody's here. What else? Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. Somebody sees you. I know this person wouldn't admit this. Oh, I know they fucking wouldn't admit it. But somebody either, when they think about you, they know you were right about something, or they see you as somebody that could teach them something. But they're also at the same time an energy that feels like they don't have anything to learn. That they know everything. They know what's right. Right? It's tough to explain, but that's pretty much what's here. It's very, very nice how somebody sees you. This right here explains why they're so fucked up, because this is a beautiful card. This Nine of Cups here. It's nice. It's really, the feelings that they have are really nice, and they see you as top of the pops here for sure. They also think you might be, can I pull another layer of energy here for a few of you? This will apply to a few of you. They think you might be too nervous to reach out. And even though they see you as this, they feel like they're making it, I think it's an excuse. The way it reads, it's staticky. So it's usually an excuse when I read something statically. Like if I meet a person, right? If you and I walked into a room and you said, what you'll read on this person, Steve, and I tell you they're staticky. Then you should know that there's something off, there's something fishy, there's something weird. In this case it's an excuse machine. It feels I'm going to read it as an excuse. So it's not that they're saying that so they have the bravery to reach out to you. They might. It's communication. It's Mercury, but it's more a case of they see you as too shy to reach out to them. That's how they feel better about themselves. That's how they're probably going to get through this, in other words, with that excuse machine. Well, yeah, but, I'm great too, and they're not going to want to reach out, that kind of a thing. Somebody making excuses here. They want to talk to you. They're the one who's nervous about it. I can tell you that because that's staticky energy. All right, potential final outcome for you. Red with 9 cups. It can't be bad. I said it can't be bad. It's bad. It's not. Your potential final outcome, okay, is disappointment. It's a disappointing conversation with this person. It's disappointing to see somebody know that they're wrong and not change directions. It's disappointing. Think about it, right? Think about it this way. What if somebody had you wrong, right? They had you completely wrong. And then they figure out who you really are, and it should be something that changed you. Then they owe you an apology, right? But instead, they just keep treating you like you're really wrong. They don't change their direction. It's disappointment here a little bit. You're disappointed. I think this person probably, it's communication, but it's disappointing at the very least. At the very least, it's disappointing for you to find out that they've got these kind of feelings for you, and yet they spent a lot of time dicking around and dilly-dally. You find out how this person feels. You find out honestly. But sometimes when we find out these things, it's disappointing. Why didn't you tell me sooner? You might say. Why did we have to go through everything we went through, and I'm watching tarot readings on YouTube and all this other fucking crap? Why didn't you just say something? This person's telling you a lot, but I think it disappoints you on some level. It shows you a little bit of who they are. I'm not saying you're not going to be with them, or if this is something that could potentially lead to that, but you just got to catch my drift, right? It's like, it's like somebody comes up and says, I've always loved you, but they're a person, in an extreme example, who treated you like complete shit for years. So what was all that shit about, right? That kind of a thing. It's communication is your final outcome, but it's a little disappointing. All right? It's a little bit to find out how much feelings this person has for you and how little they showed you of it. Okay? All right. Well, that's fine. Let's, there's our overall energy. Let's clarify with the witches then. Let's do some witches. Freudian slipped a little bit ago and almost called this the Nine of Pentacles. I don't know if anybody caught that. I almost did. It was a bit ago. Nine of Pentacles randomly at the bottom here. Honestly, I did not know. So let's clarify. Let's talk about this Nine of Cups, because this is directly related to your final outcome. Somebody I do believe shares some feelings with you. I think it happens with a lot of people. But there's one energy here that's very strong. Okay, really, really strong. All right, let's go. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's see where we're at. Come on now. Give it to me. What do we get? That's my theme song. There we go. Seven of Pentacles, crossing the Nine of Cups. Oh. There's something about this. Well, there's an honesty. There's an honesty that's in Mercury and Sagittarius. It's optimistic. It's honest communication. Somebody is honestly looking at their feelings for you. I think this girl right here, whether your person's male or female, it's a girl on the card. I think she feels stupid. Why does she feel stupid? Because she got kidnapped, and she thought she was trapped. And the idiot who kidnapped her tied her hands in the front and put a fucking blindfold on her. I mean, anybody could escape from that. Anybody. This is just bad kidnapping. Okay, it's bad. If this is how you do it, you should switch professions. All right? Don't be a kidnapper. I mean, somebody feels stupid here. I feel like they do. I feel like they also think they waited too long. I think you do too. I think that's where the disappointment stems from. Well, anyway, let's see. What's on top? Temperance. What did I say? I said the time is right. This person, sometimes he's like on a break. He stopped and thinking, right? Sometimes if we have a lot of time to think, well, it could be, we might say, too much time, right? You can start to feel too much, you think too much. If you think too much about something, you find too many reasons not to do it. You find too many reasons to hate yourself for not doing it. Sometimes you just go for shit, especially love. Love is something you just go for, right? If you think about it, it's, your brain tries to protect you from it. It's your soul and heart that want it. Your brain is like, your ego is like, oh, hell no. I'm not going to make myself vulnerable. I mean, you put yourself really out there. And when you are in love, you do some stupid shit. Shit that if you watched back on video, you'd be like, oh my God. You'd be mortified. It's a little bit of that here. Somebody's forced to feel these. The timing's right. They're getting the truth. They're getting a lot of healing from it too. But at the same time, their own ego defense mechanism kicks in. They hurl back, they curl back and crouch in a corner, and they feel stupid. Sort of like watching yourself back on video and thinking, oh my God, did I do that last night? That was, oh my God, I thought I dreamt that. Oh my God. Right, it's a bit of that. Why is that here? Ace of Wands. The bridge is the lovers. Yeah, look, the bridge, the lovers bookends is red with that Nine of Cups. I told you. The universe is doing this. This is a choice. It's not a choice we get to decide. It's 5D energy. It's the universe. God's source, the universe itself, has said, hey, I'm going to pump these feelings through this person. They got the gumption to do something, right? They got this is motivating them to want this with you, okay? But they shutting it down real quick. It's like the match that blows out in the wind energy. That's why we got this and not an Ace of Swords here, okay? All right. What are you so afraid of? What do you think? I don't know. You got sticks in your hair. I'm a little afraid of that, but not really. I'm kind of intrigued. I don't know. But let's see where we go here. Four of Pentacles. Why is it here? Let's see where we're at. What are they so afraid of? Well, I'd be afraid. You're the Queen of Pentacles. It's how they see you. This person does not see themselves that way. They're this girl who couldn't even figure out how to free herself. So they see them, so they feel stupid. They feel themselves as an idiot. You mean you were locked up in their basement for a month? Like that? Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Some people get what they get. You know, you reap what you sow. All right, here we go. Four of Pentacles. Why is it here? It's red with the 8 swords. It's crossed by 8 swords. You see what I'm saying? Same girl. Same girl, better outfit. Jesus Christ. What's on top? Is there another 8 swords in the deck, you might ask? Maybe. Knight of Cups. Oh, look at this. Why is that here? And the 7 of Swords. This person feels stupid. It's what I said. Here they are. Oh, I have all these feelings. I'll go in and be the knight. Oh, they know that this is bullshit. They're not like that. They're not. It's just, I mean, 5 of Pentacles. They know they won't. It's sort of like I say to you sometimes, you know you're gonna, so why not? This person knows they won't, so why are they even entertaining this thought? And that's the way they feel about themselves. That's not out there in the 3D world. This is their feelings. This is, 5D shit. The ego's over here. The excuse machine, the static energy. It's sort of why you're disappointed. I mean, you think you're getting this knight, you're getting this girl. The one who couldn't even figure out how to free herself. It's all right. It happens. And then again, I'm not saying if this is your runner or something like that, which it could be for some of you, I'm not saying you're not going to be with them or whatever. You're like, Steve, I really want to be with this person and you're trashing them. Well, I'm just being honest with you. You can be with them if you want to, but you should know who you're with. Don't be delusional about the people in your life and who you're with. That will just land you in trouble, People show you who they are, especially if you live with them. Look, I've been in a relationship a long time. I know you got to ignore some things. There's some things you just let slide and, whatever. You pick your battles. But there's picking your battles and then there's thinking that somebody is this knight when they're really this girl who wasn't smart enough to free herself from captive, This person, if I had feelings, what I feel here as I have to swim in this energy to do this reading, if I had these kind of feelings for anyone, I would tell them, I would find them, I would do something about it. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way you could spank bank the amount of feelings that are here. This is, I mean, see where we go with the 8 of Swords, because it came out crossing here, and they're not that knight. Let's pull on this girl, who's really who your person is, which would be disappointing. I could dig it, a little bit. So you had all these feelings all this time, and you just didn't say anything. You kept running. You kept silent. You wanted to, even if it's somebody who just wanted to be your friend. It's a little disappointing. It tells you who you might be dealing with in the future. You could be with them if you want. You could be friends with them. Just know who you're dealing with. That's my whole thing. That's where most people get snowed, right? I'm still to this day blown away when I watch those Datelines and 2020s that people never suspected the person. Are you kidding me? I watched the first 5 minutes of the episode and I suspected the person. I saw their behavior. If people start acting strange, it's for a reason. Well, he did have this habit of setting squirrels on fire, but we didn't think much of it. Really? Really? You didn't? It's an extreme example, but you'd be surprised. All right, here we go. 8 of Swords. Always know who you're dealing with. That's all. And you're fine. You won't be blindsided. Dang man. This person here. They got one idea. Look, they got one idea in their mind. This just backs up my read. They got one way they view themselves and another way that they actually are. Right? This person maybe even wants you to believe that they're this. Okay? They're not. Right? It's all, there's just somebody here. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing, but it's internal. What's on top? 7 of Cups. It's the excuse machine energy again with their feelings. They're playing a shell game with their feelings. As soon as they pop up, they just shuffle them away again, sort of a thing. Somebody's confused by their own actions because they really do. I think this energy really does love you. They really do. There's a lot of love here. They themselves can't figure out why they didn't approach you. And I could tell you why they can't. I could save you thousands of dollars of therapy with this person. They can't figure out, they really do love you. They can't figure out why they didn't approach you because they're delusional about who they are. You know, I'm normally really brave in love and all this. No, you're not. You just go for low-hanging fruit. That's all. You're not good at asking people out if you're only asking people out that you know will say yes. You know, you're not Don Juan if you're just going for hookers. It's no big, if you're paying for, nobody's going to say no. If you do get rejected, wow, that's pretty bad. But it's an extreme example, but it is what it is. Why 7 Cups here? The 9 of Pentacles here. Somebody somebody wishes they didn't feel the way they do. That somebody wishes that they, deep down inside, I'm going to tell you who you're dealing with here. Way down inside, this person wishes they were this night. They wish they were better. They wish things would be different. Or I can take it a layer deeper. For a few of you, they wish they'd never met you because you're causing them so many fucking problems. That's how they feel. When in reality, you're helping this person grow and learn and feel for the first time. So you see what I'm saying? That's who you're dealing with. And that's why you probably got communication, Page of Swords. It's communication, but it's a little disappointing, let's be honest, okay? For reasons I've said. But it doesn't mean you can't be with this person. You just know who they are. I can tell you the way they see you is this. You could be very flattered by that. If somebody sees you, whether you're male or female, if somebody sees you as the Queen of Pentacles, that's very flattering. That's very nice. And the fact that this is here is just an excuse machine, but also they know that they can learn a lot from you. They know that you're higher vibration than them. The problem is they're having to face that. All right? That's the problem. And you want proof of that? Fine. The bridging energy with this girl right here. Bookending it. It's the Queen of Truth, the Queen of Swords. It's a cold, hard truth. All right? Backs up everything I just said. I love this one. This is my favorite bridging energy here. It's my Bob Ross winter scene. It's the cold, out in the cold. Hey, this person knows they're full of shit. They're figuring out, if they didn't before, they do now. Okay? Good. We have to learn that at some point. We have to all find out that we're not superhuman and things like that. All right, here we go. Queen of Pentacles. All right. How do they see you? Queen of Pentacles. Let's go. I just want to make sure the Knight's on camera. I don't want to hear from his agent. You don't want to hear from the Knight of Cups agent. My person needs more screen time. Okay. Fuck off. All right, here we go. Queen of Pentacles. Why is it here? Well, I like your energy. I agree with them about you. Can I say that? I do. I agree. You are this energy, and you do have a lot to teach them. And you probably are, let's be honest now, just us gals, right? You probably are a little nervous to talk to them. Although you might be. A little bit, maybe. I would be. this person's unstable emotionally. They're all over the fucking map. And they're realizing some cold, hard truths about themselves. But there's a lot of healing with this temperance here. Again, temperance, healing through truth. I mean, I'm still shuffling on the Queen of Pentacles. I'm running out of shit to tell you. But, okay, all right. Oh, fuck me. See, it's what I'm saying. It's here. It's this girl. It was crossing here. And now it's crossing. 8 of Swords. After all that shuffling, too. The Queen of Pentacles. This is the problem. It's every energy is a double-edged sword, and this is a true double-edged sword with both edges going in at the same time. They see you in a positive light. They see you as this, but also it scares the fucking crap out of them to see you as this. Because now they realize that they're not this. Right? They're this idiot that couldn't free herself from being held hostage. I mean, come on. Honest to God. What the fuck? All right. What's on top? Extreme example. All you got to do is catch my drift, okay? If you're watching this reading and you're like, my person wasn't kidnapped, so this couldn't be for me. I might not be the channel for you. No, your person wasn't kidnapped. They just weren't. If they were, they wouldn't be smart enough to get out of it. What's on top? 10 wands. It's hard for this person. You really, really, really make it hard for this person. I'm just going to phrase it this way because it's the way it's coming out. When this person looks at you, they got big wood for you. Male or female, right? Female, it's wet wood, but either way, it's big wood. They get big wood for you. They really do. It's hard for this person. They think about you constantly, over and over and over again. And they like what they see, and that bothers them because they're starting in this energy to not like what they feel about themselves. All right? Why is that here? The King of Pentacles. They want to. It's hard because I don't want to. For some of you, this person feels like you can do something for them. You elevate them. You might elevate their status in some way. You might. There's a phoniness here. I don't even want to call it a phoniness because I think genuinely you can. Again, it ties to, I think this person does think deep down that you can teach them something. But that's hard for an ego-based energy like this to learn. We got a whole society full of people like this that think they're smart, that think they know everything. You know, I know because I'm smart. You know, oh my God. I got a whole family full of them that tell me that. I've never seen any evidence that any of them have a brain in their head. You know, I don't know who's telling these people they're smart. I have no idea. You know, I mean, I've got somebody here who feels like it's tough for this person to realize. It's almost like they see you and they know that they want to come, that they need you on some level. It's tough for this person to need you. It's the easiest way to put it. I was going to say they're going to come beg to you. They might. But I'm also going to say, I'm not sure if this is true or not. Hold on. What's the bridge? Justice, yeah. You are the King and Queen of Pentacles. You have the potential to be a good couple, the best couple, my favorite couple in the tarot. You have the potential to be it. You make this person very happy. You just need to get this person to it. I'm going to say this in the extreme, but just catch my drift. You need to get this person to admit that they're shit. To admit that they're not the shit that they think they are. Okay? It's tough. It is difficult. There's a lot of this weird, but it's good. In this energy, I think you can do it. Mercury in Sagittarius is about honest communication. It is a bit of getting real. It's got a lot of optimism to it. In other words, you could say something that might normally be negative, like, you're stupid, you need to fucking smarten up. But you get away with it in this energy because there's sort of this positive spin on it, right? People read it not as negatively as they normally would, I guess. All right? So, yeah, I mean, that's all I'm going to say there. Let's pull on this little page. Oh, my God. What the hell? I like you and this person. I like your energies together, but if this person would pull their head out of their ass and get real, those energies would be the King and Queen of Pentacles. They know that. And that's why it bothers them. Their own self is bothering them. And again, this justice ties to the fact I think this person thinks you complete them, or that you could teach them something. Like I said, I mean, take it on the low level or the high level. Either way, you make them very happy when they see you. But I still think you've got something that they need. They see, they in the excuse machine energy, they see something in you that would benefit them. Maybe you got, like for example, if you had clout on social media and they wanted it, it would behoove this person to know you, kind of a thing like that. They are a little bit superficial like that, you know. I mean, I don't know. There is that energy there. But I don't think I think that was put upon them. I don't think their soul is like that. I think you're a pretty good match. It's just something went wrong with the 3D energies with this person, or their core programming from childhood. I don't know. We'll pull on some of the psychology of this fucker in the extended. I say fucker with love. I do. I mean, I'll admit to you, I can be a little bit maniacal. If I had kidnapped somebody this stupid and she couldn't free herself, I'd just let her struggle for a while. I mean, I would just be having fun with it. Gee, it's a shame you can't reach out and touch this. You know, people like this, you can almost have some fun with them if you want to. I think you can. I think that might be a way to show this person the error of their ways, is to be a little cheeky with it if you can be, you know. That might also mitigate some of your disappointment damage, if you could be a little cheeky about it. You know? Instead of, well, why didn't you tell me before how you felt? Maybe don't take that tone. Maybe throw a punchline in there somewhere, you know. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea, but some cheekiness will work with Mercury and Sagittarius. It will. It feeds into that optimistic, positive spin that the energy already has. It's already moving in a positive direction. Don't punch the energy, right? All right, here we go. Here we go. Or as one of my friends says, don't punch the vicar, right? Don't punch the vicar. All right. Although he says it with a much more Cockney accent than I have. All right, here we go with the Five of Wands crossing this. Yeah, I said, what did I say? Rewind. Why am I your second favorite? I said, fucking excuse machine. This is my excuse machine energy. It's nonsense. You know, yeah, there's a little bit of, oh, yeah, they're probably afraid to reach out to me, you know, that kind of a thing. Oh, they're just trying to make themselves feel better, and I can see why now with this Ten of Wands here. They constantly, look, if whoever this is, maybe the whole reading's for you, maybe just part of it. I will tell you what is probably for everybody, especially if you think this person doesn't think about you anymore, or you're not a thing, or this is just an old ex-Steve that I just watch you for. You know, I like, you know, whatever. I mean, I don't know. This person thinks about you constantly, whoever the fuck they are, everywhere. Everywhere they go, they think about you. All right? What's on top? The moon. You scare the fucking crap out of this person. But also, again, the moon is about a lack of information. The moon only lights things up partially. So there's a lack of information here. This is a student. Somebody knows they can learn from you. Why is that here? But that scares them. Because then they have to face that they don't know everything. Right? That's why people don't change direction. That's why when people make a mistake, they don't change direction, because they have to face that they made a mistake and they might not know everything, you know. And people run with it and go crazy and think, well, if I got this wrong, then I got everything wrong. And then it's not necessarily true. Right? There are no absolutes. Sometimes you just get one thing wrong. It's a big thing, but sometimes you just get one thing wrong. Why is the moon here? The Six of Pentacles. Yeah, they're afraid to talk to you. This is 3D energy. This is real deal. I think that's part of your disappointment. They're afraid to talk to you. Why? Because you're the fucking Queen of Pentacles and there's some phony-ass fucking Eight of Swords person. You know, I mean, put simply, that's about it. What's the bridging energy? Yeah, the Eight of Cups. Again, in the 3D Eight of Cups, look at the card. She's walking toward Nine Cups. The Nine Cups is over here, right? Somebody, It comes up in the 3D. It came up over here. Somebody, I said it when I threw this card, I said there's another layer of energy underneath where they wish they never fucking met you. You just caused so much chaos, and you didn't. They want to blame you for that, but you didn't. You didn't cause chaos. You just forced somebody to feel something real. Yeah, put simply, you weren't a piece of low-hanging fruit, right? You know, I mean, you were a real person that they couldn't pay for. Yeah, how about that? You know, as an extreme example. Why is the Page of Swords here? Why is it here? So here's your final outcome. A little bit disappointed. I understand why. It shouldn't stop you. You guys have the potential to be the King and Queen of Pentacles. This came up in a recent reading. This was the connection that came up in whatever that reading was. I think it was an extended. I'm not sure. You were the King and Queen of Pentacles. You'd know more than me. But I'll watch these readings when I'm done. Let's see where we go. Page of Swords. Talk to me. What's going on? 10 Cups. Crossing. The Page of Swords. 10 Cups. Again, why are you disappointed? Because you have expectations. Because you thought, again, this is, There's two things that cause unhappiness. The main things. I mean, the Buddhists will tell you the root of all unhappiness or misery is attachment. But I'm going to give you something else more on a psychological thing, a little bit. Two things that cause unhappiness. One is just not seeing people around you for who they are, being delusional about them. That's this. And the other is not being happy with what you've got and always wanting something else, always wanting something more. Right? You want the secret to happiness? Be happy with what you've got. Right? So you want the secret to happiness here? Don't fuck this pie in the sky stuff. I just showed you who this person is. Right? Don't expect anything when they show. Just be happy they showed up. Be happy with what you've got. All right? Just be happy they showed up. There's a delusion. That's why you're disappointed. The environmental energy is this. You thought it would be this. It's not. It's this. Here's your person. You thought it would be this. It's not. It's this. Here's your person. The girl who couldn't free herself. Are you fucking kidding me? Right? I mean, it's a bit of that. Male or female, your person might be a dude. The dude who couldn't free himself. I don't know. Definitely really into you. For some of you, if this is a romantic thing for you, I wasn't kidding about Big Wood. I was not. What's on top here? I keep getting drawn to that. And just Lady Justice here with her shirt open. I mean, it's just, what's on top here? The devil. You did it to yourself. Oh, why is that here? I'll explain in a minute. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. Yeah, you're both, look, you're both each other's Nine of Cups. Why? Because you're the King and Queen of fucking Pentacles. That's why. That's what the potential is. Just understand that that's potential. Why are you disappointed? Because of everything I already said. The devil falling here is what I said around this. It's the same thing. It does this. Expectations are the root of all evil, I think. Expectations for outcomes. Making assumptions about people. Only seeing the positive side of people. All of that. Sometimes devil energy does that. You think it's negative, right? You think this makes me see everybody as evil and I'm pessimistic. Actually, pessimistic people tend to get hurt less overall. Actually, you're better off being neutral, right? But if you can't be neutral, you're better off more toward the negative side than toward the positive. Actually, believe it or not, despite what the positivity people might tell you. But those positivity people who are, just be positive about everything, send more people. I mean, the therapists love them because they send more people to therapy than any other person on earth. But at the end of the day here, devil energy sometimes makes you only see the good in people. So it can blindside you with a bunch of shit. You had this person is very emotional. It makes you feel good. You love this person. You really do. You absolutely do. And they absolutely love you. And you're incredibly disappointed that they're showing up like this. You know, but they're showing up like this because of this energy, because of the truthfulness, the honesty within it. They're showing up like this it means you're seeing them for real. And that is where we have the foundation to build this connection. And that's why the potential is here for you to be the King and Queen of Pentacles. So don't be too disappointed in them. Be disappointed in yourself if you were delusional about this person. And learn from that. Go forward with it. Don't do that with other people. Let people show you who they are and fucking believe it when you see it. And weigh it and go, okay, well, this person has this little quirk and that little quirk. They got some positive things too. But I'll work with that. I'll balance it out. And you find some balance. That's how you do it. Believe it or not, that's not how most people go through life. It's just not. It's not what they do. They don't understand that aspect of energy. Anyway, probably because they're always taught to look on the bright side of things or whatever. And that's fine. I'm all for whatever, but just don't get blindsided. You got blindsided here, and that's very clear. All right. So you got blinded by the light. That being said, it's communication. I've already told you how not to be disappointed. You can take my advice or not. Do what you want to do. Make your own decision. Either way, this person is what they are. Let's pull 3 more cards from the bottom and a crossing card, and let's see what else the universe wants to tell you, if anything. Just making sure my microphone was still on. Sometimes I lose it. It's a black microphone and I wear a black shirt. So sometimes I don't see it. It's gone. Where'd it go? Anyway. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. Just be happy they show up. All right? Be happy with what you've got. Some of you have wanted to talk to this person for a while. A few of you mistakenly waited. You shouldn't wait. Don't put your life on pause for anybody. You shouldn't. You got a lot to learn, and we don't have a lot of time to do it. Our lifespans are short for a reason. They could be longer. In fact, some theorize they used to be, but they're short for a reason. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. Oh, look what came back. The pre-shuffle. Part of it. All right. In an arrangement, though, I like that. The 3 of Pentacles crossing the King of Cups. These are red, center, left, right. Any feelings this person shares with you are a chance to start over. Anything they say. Just the fact that they show up is a chance to start over. Are they just gonna come in and run out? They might. This is an in and out energy. They might. But this is, at the very least, Mercury in Sagittarius gives us a chance to plant some seeds. Some honest communication seeds. And those seeds are extremely educational. They teach you something. They show you something about yourself and about the other person. Don't mistake the brevity of the message, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't mistake the in and out nature here, I guess is the easy way to put it, for a reduction in this person's feelings. This person has huge King of Cups level feelings for you, and they are flowing. They do come out with purpose. I think for you, though, I think you've got something to say to somebody else in your life. All right? I think there's, aside from this person, I'll open the extended pulling on you, but I think there's many people, multiple people that you've got something to say about. I'm going to clarify something. Can I? You mind? All right, I'm going to grab the little animal deck. I'm going to pull on that. Knight of Swords. Tell me about it real quick. Not everybody goes to the extended. I don't hold my readings hostage. But I will pull on you some. I'll open by pulling on you. But right now, I need to pull on this. I mean, I get it. Yeah, this person has a lot of feelings for you. But there's other people. There's other things. There's things you're saying to people, all right, that are bringing change. Oh, I know what this is. I get it. Yep, I get it. People in your life, the 10 of Pentacles, right? It's people in your life who are established in your life that you're saying things to bring some great change about. And I think, bring some great change. Well, I didn't pull the cards yet. I don't know. I could have got an egg on my face. It could have been 3 swords, right? It could have been dead, done, 10 swords, dead, done, over. No, it's change. It's lead into gold. Why is that here? The Queen of Wands. You're saying some cold, hard truths. This is Fakey McFakerman. Hidden feelings. Feels one thing, pretense, right? One thing on the outside, another thing on the inside. Right now, we're changing that. You're making some things known to people. But I want you to be, yeah, you are. You want a new beginning. You want new beginnings with the Ace of Cups. I want you to be careful about the fact they may not take it in right away. In fact, you might deliver some honesty to somebody, and they may tell you to go fuck yourself and then take off, right? Gone, out of here. Set fire to your fucking bongo, let the stallion loose in the yard, and then fucking take off, speeding away in their Trans Am, right? Or whatever the fuck they drive. Don't take that as a negative. Take that as you had impact. And I'm being very serious about that. All right? You do. You'll stick with them. Anything you say in this energy, I'm talking to you. Because not everybody goes to the extent that I'm going to open with you, but this is important. This is an important transit. So everybody needs to listen up. This is an important thing here. Words you say stick with people. They remember them. They hold. All right? So use them wisely. You can bring about a lot of justice in your own life here. You really can. This person that I pulled on in this reading is actually seeing you quite accurately. It's very interesting. You should at least be flattered about that. Right? And just be happy that they showed up. It's not, even if it's not the fucking fairyland you thought it would be. Oh, I thought they'd show up and sweep me off my feet. But they're not going to do that. All right. Highly unlikely. All right. Where'd this go? Right there. That's your reading. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links, probably, unless I forget. I'm here alone today. But there's a couple of links at the top of the description. That's it. Good luck.